Hey, what up, y'all? I know it's been a little bit. I was actually supposed to post last week. I do apologize for that. Life is basically taking place. So, other than that, I want to do something a little bit different this time. I know I didn't post last week. I was kind of, thinking to myself about what type of topic I actually wanted to cover, and I think today I kind of have an idea of what I wanted to talk about. Um, so, yeah. Other than that, I did not forget to do this. I'm doing this for you all who actually do love this thing. So, what was that I actually like doing? Do you remember? 'Cause I don't know if I really do exactly. So, welcome back to Greatness. And this is the channel called Geared to Greatness. We're gearing up. Ain't nothing to play with. This is a real thing, y'all. All right, so yeah, basically, what I covered today is just kind of talking about the idea of like the state and time of where we're at, all that. I know many people are out here kind of sick of hearing about the whole thing of this virus and all, and it's very evident, it's very real. This is something not to play around with. It's not a joke, and in the mindset of that, considering all things together as a whole collectively, I mean, even minus this virus. Just want to talk about, a person's mind state, There's a lot that you could actually be dealing with, kind of going on at the moment. There's no telling where your mind is probably at. You could be in this complete state of like either depression, or you could be in a state of like where to move next, or what to do with your life. And a friend of mine actually had kind of covered this conversation and, talking about some things along this line. Shout out to him. And yeah, so basically we had kind of talked about some things like this, and just kind of given the state that we're in at the moment, like as a country, like it's this is a mess, in a sense. You've got a group of people that are wanting to be responsible in a sense and be smart about this entire situation, and you got the other half that don't give a two cents in reds. I'm not finishing the rest of that about it. But this is a very serious thing, and in people's minds right now, this is very important. To make sure people are on our right page, or are in a kind of the right state of mind and about this all. And it's very important. You've got to take care of your mental health. Don't want to stress yourself out and everything else with the stuff that's going on. You just be smart about it and everything else like that. And a lot of people are looking for direction and everything else that's going on during this time. And as for myself, like that, like I'm not so much freaking out over this thing. This is not something for me to freak out over. It's very real. It's very evident. It's been told to us that it was already going to come about anyway. Um, for the sense of believing in the first place, in God. So, I mean, we have a roadmap to this whole entire thing, an instruction manual to all this, man. It's just like people taking the time to actually pick up that instruction manual and read it instead of just taking it, tossing it up to the side and looking for another way around. I mean, the answer's there. Like, I mean, what are you gonna do? You just gonna keep avoiding the answer? I mean, you keep getting the incorrect answer. Eventually, you're gonna look for the right answer. It's one way to get to the right answer, but you gotta be, open and look. But not to sound bad, but like, geez, bro, it's pretty much given. So, other than that, just make sure you kind of keep yourself, open-minded to things. I understand, everybody having to be indoors right now and everything else like that. I get that. Use this time to better yourself, in different ways, not only just in the physical aspect, but a mental aspect. Take time to meditate or do whatever it is you like doing, to get yourself away from, building up a crap ton of stress or whatever it is that's going to drive you nuts, or being amongst other people, or, people that you love all the time like that. Do whatever you need to do that's necessary in a sense like that, not bringing harm to yourself. I'm not saying all that. Do what's necessary in a sense to better yourself right now at the moment, like with all the stuff that's going on, to be right, and whatever it is you do, you read, you dance. I mean, yeah. You dance or whatever it is else that you actually do, do those things, put that time in and actually do that, because you have more than enough time right now. This country as a whole has more than enough time right now to be actually bettering itself. There's going to be people during this time that are going to capitalize on that and actually do something with it, and better themselves mentally, and want to actually change the situation as a whole, you know, when this is all said and done, you know, and this stuff actually passes us by. But, you know, again, this is going to take a country to do, man. This is not going to be a single battle for one individual alone or for just a group of people. Like, you know, this has to be done as a nation and actually as a world. So be smart about this stuff that's going on. Be wise about that. Don't be stupid. You know, stupid categorized as a fool. Your fool continues to make the same errors, and I mean, what do you think? The stuff's going to continuously spread and everything else like that. Don't be foolish. But other than that, you know, I just want to give y'all encouragement, you know, let y'all know that y'all are not alone off in this stuff. You know, keep your mental state up where it's supposed to be at like that. I even have trouble myself here and there, you know, about things that's going on, you know, in different aspects of my life. So you're not alone on all that. So just know that everybody else is going through their own crap they have to deal with, you know, in a sense. But I mean, it's how you handle it too and everything else like that. You know, we're indoors and everything else like that. This is time you need to be taking to spend time with, you know, those around you that you care about and love, whatever. But you got to keep in mind the idea about actually protecting them too, you know. Don't keep putting yourself in harm's way or whatever. Or don't keep playing with fire and expect not to get burned. You're going to get burned at some point. So, I mean, evidently, be responsible about what you do in this day and time right now with everything that's going on. You can actually make yourself a whole lot better and into a better person, you know, throughout all the stuff that's going on. When this stuff actually blows over, you could be to a whole nother level. Your life could completely change, man. So just be mindful of all that stuff. And yeah, like, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this video. I know this is already kind of running a bit long. I guess this is actually like a makeup for last week since I didn't post anything. So I just wanted to give y'all something to think about and kind of an encouragement, you know. So if you're out there dealing with anything or whatever like that, you know, I do send prayers and everything else like that y'all's way. I hope everything improves for you, and I hope you find what it is that you're supposed to be doing at this point in time inside your house, you know, whatever it is or wherever you're at. You know, be safe and be careful out there, and just know that there are people that actually love you and care about you. You're very well appreciated and more, so keep that in mind. So, I mean, other than that, that's pretty much it. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this. I just want to let you know, I mean, that mental health and everything else like that, what you do right now is very, very important. So, I mean, a person's dumb decision can cause this stuff to spread, you know, even more. In the sense of your mental state as well like that. You affect somebody else based upon what you do. So, be mindful of that stuff, man. And, yeah, other than that, I hope y'all have an amazing week, and I hope everything continues to get better for you if it hasn't been. And just know that you're loved and cared about and more. And basically, tune in next week for the next video. And I hope that you know, something else that I have actually for y'all next week is a bit more encouragement and more for you. So, yeah, other than that, keep pushing towards what you're supposed to be doing in life, man. I mean, everything's going to take place at the time that it's supposed to, and know that everything's going to work on its, you know, on the timetable set. So that's just how it is. You can't rush a game of chess, actually. So checkers, you might. But chess, you ain't rushing. But all right then. So I'm gonna get out of here, and I will talk to y'all next week. Other than that, hang in there. Keep your head up. Keep your faith up. Pray and do whatever else you need to do, man, and stick through this stuff, man. I know it's tough, but you be happy that you did what was necessary during this time in order to be able to flourish and be prosperous later on past this stuff. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You gotta be looking for it though. All right, I'm out, y'all. Deuces.